Seems straightforward. Councilmember Price?
Thank you, Mr. President. Out of an abundance of caution, I need to recuse myself from items 10 and 56, as my wife's previous employer has worked with an organization listed on those items.
So Ms. Rahman.
Thank you so much. And I want to thank you, Councilmember Rodriguez, for always bringing this, this event forward year after year, and Patty and everyone from Peace Over Violence. It's always an honor to have you here and to mark this day. As a survivor myself and as someone who's worked with survivors in my work, I know how hard it is to ensure that we are continuing to pay attention to this issue on a sustained basis, despite the fact that it is pervasive, despite the fact that so many people have direct experiences with it. I feel like the work that we need to do in order to keep this at the forefront and to ensure that policy change is happening is always a struggle. And I want to thank Peace Over Violence for leading in that struggle. And I also know that days like this are so important because so much of the work for accountability, for changing power structures, for changing processes that lead to abuse and to violence happen behind the scenes. They don't ever make it out into public. And so the recognition and the attention that's brought to this issue on Denim Day is a marker not just of how important this issue is, how widespread this issue is, how we need to raise our voices, but also just an acknowledgement of the incredible amount of work that happens year-round behind the scenes to change the power structures, to change the processes that lead to this being an ongoing issue in our society. And I want to thank you all for your leadership on this and hope that we can continue to partner and engage as we move forward. Thank you.
We need to be asking instead why so many systems failed to see them, to protect them, and to hold abusers accountable. And that means supporting organizations like Peace Over Violence, and it absolutely does mean supporting the men and women in LAPD who do the difficult work of investigating these cases and holding offenders accountable. I've spent time with LAPD sexual assault section, and I have heard directly from them what they face, the limitations in the work that they do, and with the challenges on getting resources to the survivors to deal with the trauma that these crimes bring. It is a stark reminder of the work that we still have to do.
Thank you. Good morning. My name is Jacqueline Figueroa. I am an Associate Vice President of Development for About Communities. We're an affordable housing developer, operator, and service provider. I'm here to support item number 10, the recommendation to authorize the issuance of Round 1 Homes for LA funding. Our project, Chavez Gardens, is located in Council District 14. This project will provide 110 new homes for low-income households, including a number of units for permanent supportive housing. With ULA serving as the city's only significant permanent funding mechanism, this opportunity is crucial to continue building and preserving affordable housing. We respectfully request City Council to approve the recommendation listed in item 10 and do everything it can to preserve this essential source of funds for years to come. Thank you and the City of Los Angeles Housing Department for your support as we work to deliver these homes to residents of the East Side.
All right, thank you. I'm with the project here. This is a very simple 2-lot subdivision that's ready to go and be recorded at the county. We are just here to request that one council member might please make a motion to adopt this item forthwith, which would allow the Bureau of Engineering to deliver that map to the the recorder's office tomorrow, and the county is waiting to receive it tomorrow so that it can be recorded tomorrow. So if we could just get that item adopted forthwith so that it can be recorded tomorrow to meet some obligations that the ownership has, it would be tremendously helpful. Thank you so much.
Good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
That's right. So let's look at the item number 1.
the bloodsucker out of number CD14, the goddamn fucking business improvement district. We have these in London, and they're a bloody ripoff. Who the hell does something like this in America? And the answer is a communist. Now, the bloody communist over there in Jurado, she's a bloody communist. So all of you that voted for this business improvement district under the United States Code 42 U.S.C. 1983, fuck you and fuck your entire family. Now we have the other people here on the public street, and we call these things bribes over in London. Over in Scotland, we call it a bloody shank, and it's a public sidewalk category exemption. So this is where you pay off the local constables. And just look at these cocksuckers, look at all of them. Out of shape, bald, old, decrepit, not paying attention, not doing their job. Just like the London City Council, exactly the same way. So I say no. And then number 4, we have CD6. We call her Imelda Smelda over there across the pond. That's right, because she's turned her whole district. The entire Olympic Committee cannot vote to put events in the Sepulveda Basin because you're stepping over all the drug dealers and all the needles and all of the other criminal activity over there on Woodley Avenue between Burbank Boulevard and Victory. We have urged the police department to go into this area, restore the street lights, kick out the drug dealers and human traffickers. But no, Imelda Padilla says, no, I want more drug dealing. I want more homeless.
Speaker, which
because
item
I
are you speaking
support
to?
drug dealers. What the hell is your bloody head? Look at the size of that head.
Which item are you speaking to? And if you don't want to say, then I'm going to move you to general public
They
comment.
call you Pumpkinhead, is that correct? I am on item number 9. Can I speak on item number 9?
Item
Of
number
course
9
I
is
can
not open for
speak.
public comment.
I can speak on item number 40. Let's try number 40. Can we speak on item 40? Yes. And it doesn't matter what anybody does here and speaks, they don't pay attention. The only thing they're going to pay
Okay,
attention
so
to...
we ask you politely to stay on topic. You did not
Yes,
do
the
so.
only
You were
thing they're going
warned.
to
General public
listen-
comment, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
When the FBI says you're under arrest, then they'll pay attention. Now, on our general comment, no Anithya Raman Noodle for mayor. She is a cancer. Read Dan Gus's blog today about how naked black men show their genitals to white mothers in Van Nuys and Sherman Oaks. This is the work of Nithya Raman Noodle. This is what she wants to turn our city into. Vote no on Nithya Raman Noodle. Vote no on Karen Bass. The only person left is the homeless white man in CD11 who Tracy Park will not give a formal endorsement to because, number 1, she doesn't pay attention to the fucking meeting, and number 2, she doesn't give a fuck about people who lost their homes in the Palisades. So finally, we know the arrest warrants are coming. Come on, U.S. Attorney, start arresting these 15 pieces of dog shit.
Okay, next speaker, please.
It's
Good
I,
morning. You
Mr.
have,
Pumpkinhead.
hold on. It hasn't started yet. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Go ahead.
Sorry about that, Mr. Dictator. But Pumpkinhead, on item 40 here, I want to disclose that current price on 14 indictments regarding the funding to balance and maintain housing. Now, if I was smoking scan, I'd be writing you guys a letter right now saying, fuck housing. What the fuck are you assholes gonna do about it? That's the honest truth. I mean, a white guy like me speaking to all you motherfuckers in it. There's no vulgarity in America. This is called the First Amendment, Mr. Pumpkinhead. I hear a background voice. Are you going to stop it, or are you just going to let them talk over me, asshole?
Stay on topic, or I'm going to move you to general.
All right. Now, as I watch my ass with my language, I want you to know, Miss Urwalski, if you're paying attention when you're talking to that stupid...
This is your last warning. Stay on topic with the items if you want to speak to them. Otherwise, I'm going to move you to general public comment.
41, motion price, Yorgoslavsky, fucking right-away cleanup. I am on topic.
Now
That's
you are.
CD9. So open up your shit and read it with me. Fuck it. Let me go to the next item because I'm tired. Regarding Harris Dawson and Mr. Santos and Hutt, relative reward for the information leading to the apprehension and conviction of one fucking person. Really? You can't even do your job and you want apprehension of one fucking person? You know how much money it's going to cost this city to find one fucking person? Pumpkin? No answer? All right, I'll go to the next item. Regarding 49, por ejemplo, escúchame bien, por favor.
For example, listen to me well, please.
Cosas aquí en el lugar de Boyle Heights.
These things here in the Boyle Heights area,
Nadie no quiere eliminación de los pinche calles, ya están sucio.
nobody wants elimination of those fucking streets.
Pero
already dirty.
cabrones, por su especial recognición, protecto hasta zonas 40 years y servicio.
Perdón, señor, se le dificulta entender. ¿Puede repetir lo que acaba de decir?
Down to my last seconds on number 46 and CD9, that fucking criminal price, and CD13. $30 million to finance a worthless, affordable multifamily. David O'Carter, the federal judge has warned you assholes. You're in contempt.
This has nothing to do with the item.
It
That is
has
a
to
TEFRA
do
item.
with
You've been
multiple
warned. I'm moving to
family
general. You have
housing,
1 minute
sir.
for general public
Now
comment. Go
into my
ahead.
general public comment. Once an asshole, always an asshole. It's like a summer night, smoking scan, when I'm out on the beach thinking about Roseanne. No, not the kind of Roseanne you're thinking of, but the kind of Roseanne that I smell my ass when I go to the beach.
You need to connect this to something that's within the city's
Well,
subject matter
goddamn
jurisdiction.
beaches smell. How many times I've been to Venice Beach and they smell like shit? The bathrooms are dirty, the bathrooms are closed, the public can't use the facilities because the goddamn homeless people that you and your multi-families have refused to put in a fucking housing situation. Right, Smoking Scan? You know it. That fucking asshole, big head, pumpkin head, continues to interfere with my fucking public comment because he's a racist, dog-eating, piece of shit, asshole, pinche madre de jamón de cabrón.
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker.
Good morning, council members, President. My name is Martha Cisneros, a lifelong Angelino residing in Boyle Heights, Council District 14. Bringing back Brooklyn Avenue, Macy Street should be a no-brainer, but somehow feels like 1993 deja vu, that ignored backdoor scheming feeling. And here we are, 30-plus years later. I told you so does not apply. Because who knew this 1993 blunder would come back to haunt us? I am perplexed as to how easy it is to remove historic names in this city without any consideration to its rich history or its residents. Since 1875, present to present day, Brooklyn Avenue and Macy Street bring no scandals, bring no crime, just good family childhood memories. Do what is right this time. Bring back the only name.
Speaker, your time has
that
expired.
should
We have to
never
move
have
on
been
to the next
removed.
speaker.
My name is Stuart Silver. I'm with Silver RV Park. I'm here to talk to you about the position the city is in. We have 5 different lawsuits against the city presently, 3 with the state, 2 with the federal. The federal is a $20 million lawsuit with 2 separate lawsuits for civil rights violations and everything else that occurred. I presently have 2 RV parks that are in litigation, one in McCoster's area and the other one in Rodriguez's area. These parks have been completely approved and built out 100%. One of them just got opened because we had to go to court 8 different times. We have not lost once. This has been going on for 2 years. Now I find out the city wants to pay a law firm $160,000 to step in, and made aware McCoster's brother is a partner in the law firm, John McCoster. For this appeal that you really don't have any chance of winning since it's decided on already 3 times in state court. Shouldn't you be working and trying to work something out because it's not going away? This could be pretty bad for the city. I'm very disappointed in McCoster.
Next speaker.
And your consideration is greatly appreciated. I am the founding president of the Boyle Heights Historical Society, but prior to that, in the 1990s, I started researching my amazing community of Boyle Heights, never knowing its history. So Brooklyn Avenue is important with its identity and connected to the first families even before it was known as Boyle Heights. So I'm asking for your consideration as you start renaming, replacing Cesar Chavez, who I also knew. But thank you. I'm hoping that we'll see Brooklyn Avenue once again. Thank you for your consideration.
Mi nombre es Cristina González. Soy de Rancho San Pedro y le doy pues
My
estoy
name is
aquí para
Cristina
apoyar
Gonzalez from Rancho San Pedro.
¿En cuál se queda?
Go ahead.
Adelante.
Soy de Rancho San Pedro y vengo a apoyar a la posición del dinero que nos van a dar para las nuevas casas.
I'm from Rancho San Pedro. I'm here to support the proposition for the money that they're going to give for the new houses.
Y estoy agradecida porque van a ser nuevas casas y van a ser bonitas.
I am grateful that you're going to build new homes, that they're going to be very pretty.
Yo estoy aquí para decirles que el proyecto empezó en el 2015 y estamos muy contentos puesto que es un gran proyecto para nosotros.
This project started, and I'm here to tell you that this project started in 2015, and we're very happy because this is a very big one for us.
Y solamente quiero enfatizar que se nos ha mantenido muy informados desde el principio de este proyecto.
And I'm here to emphasize that it has kept us very well informed since the beginning of this project.
Se nos ha dicho y se nos ha tomado en cuenta en cada cambio.
We have been informed and we have been taken into account with every change that has happened.
ACLA y los desarrolladores, ellos han escuchado nuestros comentarios, nuestras necesidades.
And the developers, they've heard our needs and our comments and our necessities.
Y nos han invitado a todas las juntas, yendo a tocar puertas, también enviándonos cartas con día y lugar donde van a ser las juntas.
And they have invited us to all the meetings, and they have sent us cards with information about the location and time of where all the meetings were going to take place.
Y se nos dan los cambios, avances y cualquier cosa que te queremos preguntar, ahí se nos tienen informados.
And they have informed us of all the changes with time in advance of whatever thing is going to happen or whatever changes are going to be put in place.
También se nos aclaran nuestras dudas o cualquier pregunta que tenemos.
And we are also, our doubts are being satisfied with whatever questions we have.
Se nos dan correos electrónicos, teléfonos o cualquier cosa por si en otro momento tenemos alguna duda o pregunta.
And we are given emails and phone numbers if there's ever any moment that we have questions because of there's any doubts.
Por eso yo estoy muy contenta y estamos muy emocionados y ojalá que sigamos adelante con este
Thank
gran
you.
proyecto.
Speaker, your time has expired, but I'm going to ask the interpreters to please interpret the last sentence.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Bueno, se le acabó su tiempo. But yes, we are very much appreciative of all these resources that we have received. Thank you.
Me llamo Fernando y trabajo en Winners Schnittlers en el Distrito 5.
My name is Fernando. I work in Wiener Schnitzel in District 5.
Estoy aquí para pedirles que aprueben la ordenanza del trabajo justo para la comida rápida.
I'm here to ask that you approve the fast food fair work ordinance.
Me declaré en huelga en Winner Switcher después de descubrir que mi jefe estaba robando el salario de los trabajadores.
I declared myself on strike in Wiener Schnitzel after finding out that the boss was stealing wages.
Después de la huelga, la gerencia intentó intimidarnos para que abandonáramos el sindicato y no volviéramos a hacer huelga.
And after finding out, the management tried to intimidate us to make us abandon this strike.
Pero mis compañeros y yo hemos recibido capacitación sobre nuestros derechos y sabemos que tenemos derecho a hacer huelga por lo que es justo.
But me and my coworkers, we have been informed of our rights, and we know that we have the right to go on strike so we get our rights.
Ese es el poder de aprender juntos y en persona sobre nuestros derechos. Ya no es tan fácil engañarnos.
And that is the power of learning together and in person about our rights, and now it's not so easy to fool us.
Estas sensaciones de capacitación son valiosas, pero solo cuando se toman en serio y se realizan en persona.
In these situations of training are very important and they're very valuable to us, but only if they're taken serious and if they are realized in person.
Para que todos podamos regresar al trabajo con la confianza de que compartimos el mismo conocimiento y comprensión.
With the confidence that we can all go to work with being knowledgeable about all this.
On item 32, today you are supporting SB 1076 on fire insurance. As a resident of Granada Hills Highlands, which is in a very high fire hazard severity zone, we maintain our properties within city requirements, but our community suffers from fire insurance cancellations and increases in premiums, and we've been subject to evacuations in the Sayre fire. Mr. John Lee, don't leave. I'm here to talk with you. Convenient that you're leaving right now. Evacuations in the Saddle Ridge fire in 2019 and the Hearst and Archer fires. We're glad that you recognize the impacts of wildfire, but not my city councilman. He just walked out when he heard that we're here to speak to him on a various number of items on these issues and wildfire in our community and the lack of affordability that our constituents face and the issues with the Cal Fair Plan. And as we continue here with general comment, it is surprising that the application for elder care facilities by Confluent and Morningstar that Mr. John Lee is very aware of, which is why he scurried out of here like a scared mouse, is causing danger to our neighborhood in case that there would be an evacuation in that very high fire hazard severity zone. Thank you. At least somebody's watching here. And we as a community, we ourselves found defects in the application. City planning should render that application void. It is Morningstar. Confluent is the developer. The developer signed as the property owner as under penalty of perjury. And we have to find this issue and send it to the ethics commission, and yet we've received no response on finding out whether that application has been voided or not. They are applying for an exemption, a workaround around CEQA. So city planning, who is supervising? Do you hear city council members supervise them? Wildfire in our neighborhood is not an if, but a when. Are you preferencing developers? Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Sochi Medrano, and I am the political director for the District Council of Ironworkers, also affiliated with the LAOC Building Construction Trades Council. And I'm here to speak on behalf of support for item number 10. By streamlining the environmental review and permitting process for transit-oriented housing, the city is removing the red tape that often stalls critical projects and keeps our members on the job site, off the job site. We support this move because it provides the certainty needed to get the shovels in the ground faster and a steady flow of high-quality union jobs that offer family-sustaining wages and benefits. We urge a yes vote to item 10 to keep Los Angeles building and our workforce moving. Thank you.
Thank you. I want to start with the one, the that confronted, I don't know what the item number is, that confronted Mr. McCosker and the one that confronted Mr. Lee. If you see the difference, that Mr. McCosker stayed and listened and even made eye contact with his constituent. Mr. Lee ran off like a little chicken. And he owes me an apology and he owes the speaker an apology. So good job, Mr. McCosker. I'll give you credit for that. I know it's not easy to to sit here and hear criticism, but I will give you credit for that. But I'm here. I also want to talk about number 41. And I'm thinking a smoke and scan may agree with me on this item. When I read that item, okay, and I saw that it was CD9 asking for $200,000 for a cleanup. Like, this is sad, but it's the truth. My thought was, well, it's CD9, and that council person there who is CD9, okay, has numerous indictments against him for fraud. And my first thought was, is this a fraudulent agenda item? Hopefully not. But because, Mr. Price, I am asking you, I don't understand why you're not stepping down until it's being adjudicated. I'm not saying you're guilty. I'm not saying you're not guilty. I have no idea. That's what the court's going to decide. But I don't understand why you are still here, and now we have no confidence. I have zero confidence whenever I see anything CD9, especially because you helped Scientology at the Shrine event, okay, to where they are required to keep the sidewalks open, but CD9 helped them. They allowed them to keep it shut, and even allowed Scientologists to card and ID anyone trying to get through to their dorms, to the restaurant, whatever it is they wanted to go to. And again, this is not the behavior that we want from our council people. So I am asking you to please, we need confidence in our, I'm going to guess and hazard to guess a smoke and scan and will say that he has no confidence in any of you. But, but when you're indicted, like, it's time to step down. And I'm not, it's just respectfully. But number 53, okay, you're preparing an ordinance to add to the definition of public nuisance. I want you to add, okay, to the definition, anything like the Scientology Test Center that is a nuisance because it attracts global protest, global TikTok runs, whatever it is, it's a nuisance. And because they've all these years of crimes, of recruitment, of like tactics that are that are not good, okay, and it's a nuisance. So I am asking you to please add that definition, okay. And then other than that, I'm saying no to any of your street vacations. I don't want Scientology thinking that's okay. Okay, I'm here. I want to talk about Denim Day. Okay, I'm glad you're talking about Denim Day. But I'm going to sit here, I don't have denim, but in denim color, to stand up for all the women in Scientology Sea Org slave organization that had to have forced abortions in order to not lose everything. I'm going to talk for all the girls and the children and boys who were pedophiles, by pedophiles, raped by pedophiles, because they don't see children as children, and they didn't do anything. You guys didn't do anything. Even now, as victims come forward, you're doing nothing. And all the different, and the victims of Danny Masterson, okay, who were not allowed, who were horribly treated and not allowed to go to the law to ask for help for being date raped, whatever, by Danny Masterson. Okay, yes, we're getting some justice. But, I'm standing up for them because they got excommunicated for going to the police and saying that they were raped. And you guys don't care. I see all you, and you all stood up here and talking about.
I'm Lorraine Keeling, and I want to speak about, I live in a home in San Pedro, and that home was supposed to always be for senior citizens. And now it seems that something else is happening, and it could end up drug addiction. And with that, our seniors would have to move. And at my age, that would really be an imposition. And I feel that drug addiction is a choice. Old age is God's choice. So I want to look after our seniors and not have that home become a a drug addiction. Thank you very much.
To the honorable members of the City Council, I stand here before you regarding the Council File 26-0430. I am here to address a profound historical grievance. In 1993, the renaming of Brooklyn Avenue was forced upon us, silencing the residents and taxpayers of Boyle Heights while prioritizing outside interests. This maneuver didn't just change a sign, it erased a vital layer of our community's diverse heritage. History cannot be buried. Since 1875, Brooklyn Avenue has remained the true identity of this corridor. It is time for the council to rectify that wrong and restore the name to the people. Furthermore, I would propose that the space known as Dolores Huerta Square be renamed to honor a true humanitarian, Elizabeth Hetfeld Hollenbach. Finally, I urge you to amend the city policy to honor role models who have served our communities rather than figures who compromise our cultural integrity. We must restore honor and historic accuracy.
Good morning, council members. My name is Steven Spielberg, and I'm the Senior Vice President of Affordable Housing for Alliant Communities, a developer of affordable workforce and mixed income housing. I've been developing housing in Los Angeles area for the past 20 years, so I've had the opportunity to work in many of your districts. I'm here today to ask you to approve the Ad Hoc Committee on Measure ULA's recommendation to issue funding awards based on LAHD's recommendation. As one of the developers selected to receive an award, we're truly grateful and excited for the opportunity to develop 200 affordable homes for individuals and families of the City of Los Angeles. I'm here today, however, to advocate for all the projects. Many of us on the list are already busy working on our tax credit applications due on May 19th. So it's imperative the council approve the recommendation list today and not move it to a future date. Additionally, many of the applications on the list will be requesting state tax credits, which will not be available again after May 19th.
Several of your agenda items today bring me here. Housing policies, CEQA determinations, land use controls, and they're being shaped in real time in Granada Hills, California, with the Morningstar Elder Care Facility, which I hope is on your radar. Morningstar is, you will see this case, and I want to be very clear about what is at stake. This project places a dependent population of people who cannot self-evacuate into a very high fire severity zone on a constrained two-lane evacuation route. And the reason this is happening is that the city is applying AB 130, which you'll be hearing a lot more about, and conflating it with the city ordinance, LAMC. AB 130, okay, general comment now. AB 130 was never intended to reclassify institutional elder care as housing, nor to bypass EIRs. These are facilities that concentrate vulnerable populations in a high fire severity zone. It's unbelievable that I'm even here worrying about a facility like this going in to a parcel that it's trying to go in at. If this pathway is allowed to stand, it becomes a template, one that could place similar high-risk facilities into fire-prone areas across the city and the state. And this is not about opposing housing. It's about ensuring that definitions are applied correctly, that vulnerable residents are protected, and environmental laws are not quietly reinterpreted through a process. And I'm really sorry John Lee walked out on us.
Next speaker.
I am here to oppose the use of AB 130 streamlining and the CEQA exception of the Morningstar project at the corner of Shoshone and Granada Hills in District 12. This site is zone A1K, which is intended for low-density uses. A 98-unit, 24/7 elder care facility with assisted living and memory care is institutional in scale and simply does not match that zoning. This project requires discretionary approval. Therefore, it is not truly consistent and should not qualify under AB 130. Traffic and safety are major concerns. Shoshone is a narrow and two-lane road and serves as a primary evacuation route to hillside homes. The intersection of Rinaldi is already heavily congested. Adding staff, visitors, deliveries, and emergency vehicles will worsen conditions and compromise evacuation during a fire and emergency. This project has...
Council members, I'm very upset with the fact that Mr. Council Member John Lee left without here and listening to what we needed to say. I'm here to oppose the Morning Star for building up the Shoshone and Rinaldi Street in Granada Hills for elderly care. And so at this point, all I need to say is that this 98-unit 24/7 elder care operation with staffing shifts, deliveries, and emergency vehicle activity, that level of intensity is not consistent with A1, K1 zoning or the general plan, and not clear finding of consistency have been demonstrated. AB 130 was not intended to exempt projects of this scale, is constrained high-risk location. Using it here bypasses the level of review this project warrants. The issue is cumulative impact.
Buenos días, mi nombre es Félix y soy miembro de la Unión de Trabajadores de Comida Rápida y trabajo en McDonald's, donde nos toman como sujetos y no como personas.
And I work in a McDonald's where they treat us like objects, not people.
Estoy aquí para hablar sobre la necesidad de aprobar la ordenanza de trabajo justo de comida rápida.
And I am here to speak about the need to pass the Fast Food Fair Work Ordinance.
Habemos más de 50,000 angelinos que trabajamos en comida rápida y la mayoría no conocemos nuestros derechos.
There are more than 50,000 Angelinos that are working in the fast food industry, and the majority of them do not know their rights.
Yo soy uno de ellos. El único entrenamiento que me han dado es un video y en el cual me obligaron a solo firmar y me trataron como que si yo fuera un robot.
And I am one of those. And the only training that I ever received consisted of videos that are played for us that simply instruct us to mimic everything, and they treat us as if we were robots and they just have a sign.
Queremos algo nuevo. Queremos tener un tiempo realmente dedicado a aprender y a entender nuestros derechos para poder poner un fin a los abusos en la comida rápida.
So we want something new. We want dedicated time to set aside to truly understand our rights, to learn about our rights, so that we can put an end to the abuse within the fast food industry.
Los exhortamos a todos para que nos apoyen con la ordenanza de trabajo justo de comida rápida.
We are asking you all to support the Fast Food Fair Work Ordinance.
Okay, yes, my name is Stephen Holmes. I'm here, I'm a member of Council District 8, and I'm also a builder. I'm building a unit on the back of my unit. I'm here because of the fact that you guys put me in the REAP over some chipping paint and a screen. It's a guy in front of the building right now, a homeless guy. Unfortunately, he's giving grace while everybody else is getting tickets. So I'm just asking the council to give small mom and pops owners some grace to get through this process. When you try to call the building department, it's a 5 to 8 day wait that you have to wait on. So I'm just asking that it's hard enough being a small owner. It's hard enough dealing with tenants. And I'm just hoping that the council considers to put up something for the small mom and pops who are bringing housing here to Los Angeles.
I'm going to speak to items 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 15, 26, 27, 28,
so you have
29,
3 minutes
30.
for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
So there are multiple items related to lighting up City Hall. various causes that you claim to support. So you light up City Hall a different color to represent that issue, and then you post on social media how you support that issue, while meanwhile no legislation is going through this council at all in support of that issue or anything or doing anything about it or anything like that. It's all performative, and it all blows through cities' very limited resources for a vanity project that doesn't actually mean anything, since you're not actually doing anything to further any of those issues. We have street banner to beautify the Port of LA. That's just another waste of money right now. Maybe beautify the Port of LA instead of actually beautify it instead of street banners. So we've got wetlands security in South LA, and item 64. I assume this is more money for policing and violence instead of anything that actually helps people, actually helps keep people safe, or provides resources that benefit the community. It's just more over-policing and stuff like that. So item 33 is in support of a state law banning police employment at ICE. So it seems like you're mostly supporting it, although I do question why you have it on there, that you have like an amendment that you want them to do that says something about how it's only DHS. So what, you want to make sure that none of the LAPD officers get caught up in it, because LAPD keeps repeatedly assisting and aiding and abetting in ICE kidnappings, and the chief lies about it constantly, and none of you have anything to say about that whatsoever. And so I wonder if that's why you want that exception, because your own officers would be found to be, LAPD officers would be found to be doing immigration enforcement and might get caught up in the law. So that's why you want this amendment in there, to protect MAGA McDonnell and his group of fascists. So let's move on to general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
So I'm very curious about what Isabel said earlier during that one presentation. So I'm very curious, is there some kind of bad culture going on in this council in the back that's accusing like multiple council members, staffers of sexual assault and harassment? Like, what the hell is going on in this council? You openly allow racism, you openly allow anti-blackness, anti-poor rhetoric, anti-indigenous. You openly allow that. You worked alongside Kevin De Leon for over 2 years after the Fed tapes came out. So now there's also sexual harassment going on in the back there. What the hell is wrong with this council? So, past the people's budget, you clearly saw during those budget hearings an overwhelming, almost unanimous support for defunding the LAPD and putting that money towards things that actually help the community and actually keep people safe.
Actually, I'd like to put my name on the record, Adrian D'Amico Moon, a.k.a. The Redeemer. That's DAREDEEMER. Humans, HUEMAN, of the City Council, as we are a race of people from the palest of the pale to the darkest of the brown. There's no such person or human as a white person, a white human, or a black human. Bond servants together in the mighty names of Yahweh Shah, Yeshua, Jesus Christ, the Messiah, all praise and glory to the almighty creator sovereignty of the universe. Humans of the City Council, in case LA Alliance versus City and County of Los Angeles, case number 2:20CV02291, the routine request that a
Speaker, your time has expired. We have to move on to the next speaker.
So item number 1, we're in favor of. It's high time we have an industrial business district so we can actually have multiple industries in downtown, and we can have a thriving city that attracts business. That's just my opinion. Whether it will happen or not, that's yet to be seen. Moving on to items number 3 to 8. So this is a little bit of critique. I don't know why the items are exempt from CEQA. I don't know if you guys are going to have a discussion about that or not, but just curious why all these items are exempt from CEQA, and which city engineer is it that made this recommendation? That's something that would be helpful as well. Is it the engineer that's running for mayor, or is it some freshman engineer, or who is it? Anyways, just something to consider. Moving along to item 15. Item 15 we are in favor of, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll move to general now. To general public comment.
Okay, so you have 1 minute.
Thank you. So it's a sad day when two council members of the West Valley are not here that I'm a direct constituent of, Mr. Bob and John. But anyways, now it's time for the accolades. I am in favor of a couple council members that actually stay and listen to the constituents, which are Mr. McCosker and Nazarian. They try their best to listen to public comment. Other than that, most of the usual stuff going on in the city, which we don't want to regurgitate. And my humble recommendation is, I know those of you that sit on the Budget and Finance Committee have a hard job anyways. My recommendation is for next year, all 15 council districts should have their own budget committee, so that way more people would give their opinion on the budget and give, it would actually impact the individual council districts more. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Item number 44, I just want to relate to the situation of the Olympics coming to town. I didn't grow up in high school, learning about politics, but I was fond of it during the Obama run with Mr. Romney. I was a senior in high school during that era, so it was fun. But yeah, I lived a great time. There's kids out there that are blessed with great amusement in their childhood, and there's kids that aren't. And I was one to be blessed with great amusement. And to the city of Los Angeles, I just want to say that my name is Brandon. I will be running one day.
Okay, so Speaker,
no, but to sanitation,
so,
yes, to sanitation.
I'm going to ask you to, this is your opportunity during public comment to address the body.
No, yes, sanitation,
Go
sorry.
ahead.
Sorry, guys. I'm learning. But yeah, you guys will see me at some programs. I do want to get into politics now. I don't want to scare anybody. I don't want to scare council people on, hey, the youth's going to start running. The
This
popular
sounds like
votes.
general public comment, so if you
Oh, I'm
want to
sorry,
speak to
I'm
the items,
sorry.
you can, or I'm going to move you to general.
All right, well then, in general comment to
Okay, you have 1
sanitation,
minute.
that the Olympics are coming. We should get the sanitation department to start producing work. And then on my second one, so that was 44, my second one being number 50, it's with exceeding funds. So I have a friend named Richie. He's a council member in the District 1 in the city of Orange, and or he's running for council. And he educated me on one of his Instagram posts, and he uses his funds wisely. He wasn't a very popular student, but we still loved him in the popular groups. And for him running District 1 in the city of Orange, I'm very proud of him. And I just want to say that funds should be looked after, and our sanitation for the Olympics should be looked after, and our cracks in the streets should be looked after, and the filth and the violence should be looked after. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Ms. Alfonso Directo Jr., I'm the Advocacy Director at ACT LA. We're a coalition of 50 community organizations advancing housing and transit. We're also part of the UHLA Coalition, and we urge you to approve item 10 today. Social housing fundamentally shifts housing paradigm so that residents, regardless of whether they're renters or owners, have agency and have permanent housing stability. With your approval of item 10 today, social housing will be coming to LA in a big way. It makes up 48% of the total units to be built with this funding award, creating about 1,000 units of social housing in all corners of the city. This is an exciting milestone for housing justice, and things are just getting started. 3 years since ULA took effect, it is important to move forward with the NOFA funding today. ULA is an economic engine for the city, investing in the people and businesses throughout LA through rental assistance, legal support, union, construction jobs, and service workers and their families. Like most things, there's room for improvement, and we're working with ULA, but we urge you to.
Por 26 años, pero
Good afternoon. My name is Angelina Esquivel, and I am a member of San Pedro, and I've been there for 26 years.
Pero ahora estoy aquí en apoyo al Círculo 10 para la rehabilitación.
Right now, I'm here in support of Circle Number 10 for rehabilitation.
Estamos muy entusiasmados con este proceso porque hemos esperado desde el 2015.
We are very enthusiastic about this process because we've waited since 2015.
Yo he sido una participante de cada paso que hemos llevado a cabo.
I've been a participant every step along the way.
Nos han informado con juntas comunitarias a toda la comunidad.
They have informed us with community meetings for the whole community.
También nos han hecho trabajar, nos han hecho porque soy parte de Community Coach.
And they have done it because I'm part of Community Coach.
De puerta a puerta para entusiasmar a los residentes que vengan a escuchar la información que tienen cada día.
Going door to door to motivate people of the community to come to the events.
Por lo tanto, les doy las gracias por aprobarnos los fondos. Estamos muy agradecidos como residentes.
And meanwhile, I thank you for allocating the funds. We are very appreciative as residents.
A todos ustedes, a los concejales, porque sin sus fondos no se llevaría a cabo esta rehabilitación.
To all you, all of the council members, because without your support, this rehabilitation would not have been possible.
Y por supuesto, gracias a Dios, porque Él mueve los corazones de ustedes, a cada uno de ustedes, para que nos aprueben esos fondos.
And above all, thank God for moving all of your hearts so that you took the decision to approve the funds to support us. Thank you.
Hi, everyone. My name is Daniel Barajas. As a resident and community leader of a public housing site, it is very important that we see the expansion and development of new homes for our housing community. This will not only impact our older residents, but also younger people like me who are in need of a redevelopment. The Housing Authority of the City of Los Angeles has done an amazing job at keeping our residents well informed on the redevelopment and doing their jobs and keeping our communities housed. I hope that with the approval of these funds, we can together make a difference. Thank you. That's all I got to say.
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak in behalf of favor of Councilman McCosker's motion of December 10th. My name is Rich Scandaliato, resident of San Pedro for 52 years. I'm going to keep it short. I'm speaking today on behalf of myself and Jerry Gaines, our secretary. I make 6 quick, brief statements. 1, the proposed area is in close proximity to several areas that serve alcohol. There's no question in my mind that the real face value of both addressing alcohol and drug, as well as elderly, need to be addressed equally. There's no evidence that a proper land use review has been performed in this location. That's 2100 South Western Avenue in San Pedro. No traffic study was performed. The proximity to proposed facility to schools, parks, and daycare centers has not been done. The disposition of existing senior living has not been addressed, as the young lady before me addressed earlier. No environmental impact study was done. There's no supporting evidence that the applicant has experience, capacity, or success in operating a large, sober living and justice-involved facility. Thank you. I request your support for Mr. McCosker's motion.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Thank you very much. My name is Richard Welsh,
hold on.
and I will be...
Just a second. So, Mr. Herman, this is your first and only formal warning. Do not disrupt this meeting. I believe he just left, but we will remind him when he comes back. Apologies. So, for item 15 in general, or?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay,
item
so you have 1 and 1.
15. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. McCosker, or Councilperson McCosker, for having us out here today. Sorry I missed the memo on the denim. It would have been a little more comfortable. Our community in San Pedro is made up of some 85,000 people plus. And with the proposal of turning the senior living housing facility at 2100 Southwestern Avenue into a sober living drug rehabilitation center, this is going to cause a tremendous demand on the emergency services. San Pedro has one advanced ambulance to handle our population with 3 basic ambulances. This is simply not going to work. In January and February, when an unlicensed facility was operating some 70 individuals there for sober living, the fire department had 85 calls. It's unworkable. Thank you.
Erwin Busey, I'm here on behalf of Paragon Commercial Group. We are a small business owner, and this is related to item 15.
Okay,
I'm in full support of Councilman McCosker's motion. This project needs to be thoroughly addressed in terms of traffic impacts, parking impacts, location to sensitive uses as churches, parks, and residential. In addition, the use is displacing seniors, which is a problem. The use currently operates with 36 beds. Fred Brown is proposing 116 beds with 200 visits per day outside of those beds, and that doesn't even count employees. There's going to be significant traffic impacts to the neighborhood and the community, as well as land valuations. The covenants within the property that run with the land, per the title report that I pulled, have specific requirements related to senior housing and senior care at this facility, as well as parking. This needs to be thoroughly analyzed. Thank you.
Thank you, Council President and the members of the Council, for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Carissa Kopacek, and I'm a resident of San Pedro. I live a block away from the property in question. I want to start by saying I'm not opposed to efforts that support people dealing with mental health and addiction, but I am an industrial engineer, meaning that I have studied things like facility design and workflow plans extensively. After reviewing the motion and learning what was discussed at the town hall, I support the council moving forward with this item. For a project of this scale, a clear risk assessment should be part of the proposal. That would include identifying likely incident types such as medical, behavioral, and security incidents. It is also important to estimate their frequency and to outline specific mitigation measures. It would also help to see defined response protocols such as who responds, expected response times, and how nearby residents can quickly contact someone when issues arise. My main request is straightforward, that safety be demonstrated by specific measurable and items.
Thank you. My name is Zachary Smith. I'm a resident of San Pedro. I live across the street from 2100 Western. I'm in support of item number 15, McCosker's motion. I've served this county of Los Angeles as a public defender for 23 years. I also have lost 2 of my siblings to the disease of addiction. I have placed people with Fred Brown in San Pedro, clients of mine. I'm very knowledgeable at the area of addiction. I also, as a criminal defense attorney, have seen how well-meaning ideas poorly implemented create backlash and don't serve the people it intends to serve. And it also needs to serve the community and have some community support. I can't support the way it's being proposed now, and it needs to be evaluated as he's asking for. One, because of the scale. Treatment programs need to be small and intimate to deal with the issues. When you have it at the scale that they're asking for, 110 or 116, I keep going, 116 acute beds, people are coming straight from jail. We have to have them be brought straight from the jail. The first thing they want to do when they get out of county jail, which is a hellhole, is use. That's normal. About 50 to 60% of the people are going to fail in the first 90 days. They're going to relapse. That's not an indictment of them, it's just a reality. We can't live in a dreamland where we don't deal with the realities. Those people are going to walk out on the street because there's no such thing as a lockdown facility. They're going to walk out on the street and there's one bus that takes them from the end of Western and San Pedro to wherever they want to go. Fred Brown has said that they will shuttle people. Well, that will violate a court order because the court has ordered them there. So they cannot do that. They will walk into the community. I'm not saying this as a NIMBY. This is a residential community. It should not be in any residential community at this scale, whatever the economic status is. This is not the appropriate place for this. I'm asking you to support at least a study at a bare minimum. Thank you.